Hey y'all, Redneck Reads Reddit. Gonna come to y'all today with a little I don't work here lady. And we're gonna start off with one, let's see, here we go. Get pulled up. No one works here anymore. A slightly different I don't work here lady by Alien Sandwiches. What would an alien sandwich taste like? Gives you something to think about, don't it? All right, y'all. Okay, two things before we start. One, this is my brother's story, not mine. Two, this is a different kind of story to what is usually seen here, but hopefully not too different, not to fit in here or go against the rules. Well, let's see. Okay, so here we go. My brother works for a removal firm that essentially, that word, essentially, shells old businesses. I.e., if a shop or cafe gets shut down for whatever reason, the firm comes in to remove signs and display boards, disassemble counters, that sort of thing. Yesterday, he was working at what used to be a cafe in town, a few hours from where we live. The main doors were wide open, and there were many people carrying things in and out of the place. It's important to note. My brother was in what used to be the main area of the cafe when he looked up and saw a man with an assistant's cane walk through the front door. My brother came up to him and asked if he could help him. And the guy said, "Yes, a table for one, please." My brother responded, I don't work here. No one works here anymore." And then went on to explain that the place had been shut down and he was just there to clean everything out. The guy got upset. Apparently, this cafe used to be one of his favorite places, but no one told him it was shutting down. He didn't kick up a huge fuss or anything. He just apologized and left. Too long didn't read. A blind man thought my brother worked at a cafe that doesn't exist anymore. You know, first comment I see here. That's a little sad for the blind guy. Hopefully any restaurant opens in the same spot. That is. I could not even imagine not being able to see, and then you finally get yourself set up to where, you've got your routine. Face it, we're creatures of habit. You've got your routine. You're going to go in and sit down in your restaurant. You walk in because the doors are open like normal. And your restaurant's gone. Oh, some of these comments. Oh my lord. Okay. Do 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 do. Karen wants my trolley. Okay. I'm going to attempt this username. Sir Pippingthwaite. Okay, Sir Pippingthwaite. Yeah, I hope I got that right. I have quite a few I don't work here lady stories. Most are from many years ago and the details are fuzzy. Some are more recent but don't feature a Karen. This one, however, happened Sunday afternoon and I had a proper Karen in the wild. As usual, a bit of pretext. While I have a collection of vastly differing skills, my main occupation has been on construction sites. Sites are inherently dangerous places, and every few years one finds themselves in a crumpled heap a few meters below where they were moments previously. Such an occasion occurred to me on Thursday. Due to an old ladder rung going for early retirement, while I was resting my entire weight on it. Suffice to say, I gave myself a proper spannering dislocating and hyperextending my shoulder. Oh, yeah. Give my opposite knee a good twist and a decent bruising to match my ego. Friday and the first half of Saturday was spent in a drug-induced haze, with heat packs, hot baths, and enough cursing to make a sailor blush. Late Saturday, my shoulder was still entirely useless, but I was starting to get mobility back into my knee, enough that I felt able to head to the local sheep value store. This particular store has a very limited amount of parking at ground level, but a decent amount at rooftop, with 2 lifts down into the front of the store. Trolleys are often in short supply in the store, so I grabbed one up at the rooftop where they're in plenty, both to make sure I had one and to act as a bit of support to my ailing knee and shoulder. Get on the lift, hold the door, for a lady hurrying to make it. Down we go. As the doors open, I let the lady go first due to my busted arse hobbling. And I barely cleared the lift when the wild Karen grabs the front of my trolley and slams, "About time. You should people do better job restocking trolleys." Her condescending expression gathering a hint of confusion about the eyes, much like the storm clouds gathering when I don't immediately let go of the trolley. Now, I'm not a small guy. I'm 105 kilograms and 6 foot 2 inches, heavily bearded. I'm wearing jeans, sneakers, and a pale blue shirt with a small girl kneeling in prayer and a text that says, "May they burn in hell," barely distinct from the staff uniform of green vest, a light gray shirt, and dark gray trousers. I'm pretty easygoing, but being in pain and low on sleep means I've been getting out of the wrong side of the bed 2 nights in a row, and I have no patience for Karen's crap. There are plenty up in the car park. Feel free to go fetch one. Karen's eyes nearly bug out of her head, and she jerks on the trolley while inhaling sharply to feed me some line about her privilege, no doubt. But she doesn't get a chance because her jerk on the trolley sent a jolt of pain up my arm, and my knee was halfway giving out. This presented via a loud grunted frack from me, followed by an angry and not particularly quiet, "Frack's sake, lady, look at me and tell me what part of you sees leads you to believe I work here." She didn't immediately let go, but just stood there, mouth agape and slack. I was trying to find something to make sense of what I just said. I still had one good arm and one good leg. Turns out it was more than enough to push it free of Karen's death grip and hobble off. I felt like throwing more abuse at her as I passed regarding her "you people" comment, but I couldn't think of anything witty at the time. I saw her pointing me out to a staff member when I was checking out. I pointed to a staff member nearby and mouthed, "Staff," while nodding my head, "Staff." I pointed myself and mouthed, "Not staff," while shaking my head, nodding my head, yeah, whatever. I put my bags in my trolley and I hobbled back to the lifts. May she burn in hell. Oh, me. All right there, Sir Piffings. I ain't even trying the rest of that crap. Oh, Karen. People need to open their eyes. And yeah, y'all call them trolleys. That's interesting to know. So I'm guessing y'all are across the pond. Down south, we call them buggies. That's what we've always called them. And if I'm thinking right, and y'all correct me if I'm wrong, we had a store, or have stores down here called Piggly Wiggly. And if I'm thinking right, Piggly Wiggly was one of the first stores to actually have buggies. And it was, I believe, down south, I think. I don't know. I've got a bunch of useless information up here. Sometimes it runs together and turns into really useless information. But yeah, we call them buggies. I figured when I seen lifts and trolley, I figured, you know, kind of figured out, yep, I don't think you're from my neck of the woods. All right, let's see here. I think that's what I'm going to name this one. Karen wants my trolley. All right, let's see if we can get y'all one more. I don't work here. I'm not a nurse. Okay. I'm not a nurse. By Erica Fahrenheit. So at my job in a long-term care pharmacy, the dress code is business casual or scrubs. I don't wear scrubs often, but I will once a month or so when I'm feeling lazy. My best friend's wife went into labor and he called me about the news. I told him I'd head up to the hospital after work. I was wearing scrubs that day. I go in and get up to the waiting room. He comes out and gives me an update, and he goes back to the room. I just go hang out in the waiting room. My scrubs, of course, are the same color the nurses at this hospital wear. I'm sitting in the waiting room. This lady approached me very angrily, yelling, "Why are you just sitting on your butt when my daughter-in-law is about to give birth?" I tell her, kind of laughing because I was like, WTF, I don't work here. I'm waiting for my friend. She apparently does not believe me because she replies, "Clearly you aren't working since you're sitting here. Is this your break?" I ignore her because I honestly don't give a frack, and I'm not about to entertain this crap. She storms out, yelling how she will just find someone who cares. Several minutes later, I hear her yelling again, coming back towards the room. She has an actual nurse with her. Comes in, points at me, and screams, "This is how your nurses act?" The actual nurse was very confused. I told her she thinks I work here. The nurse, still kind of confused, give me the WTF face. Then I get up, show the nurse and this crazy old bat my work badge that is still around my neck that clearly states pharmacy name, billing department. This enrages the woman. I mean, she flies off the fracking handle. "You need to stop fracking around. This is serious." She continued making such a scene that hospital security had to escort off the property. So she missed the birth of a grandchild, all because she wouldn't listen to me and insisted I do nurse's duty. Grandma got some anger issues. Yeah, Grandma got some major anger issues. I know. First comment. You did that daughter-in-law a favor. Grandma probably wasn't there. Probably wasn't wanted there anyways. Oh, me. Probably right. All right, y'all. Let's see here. You know what? Just because I like y'all. Oh, here's one that says it's short. Let's see here. I don't work here. Simple, short, yet kind of funny. By Katie Sunny 2. Alright, we'll do up this one, and then I will let y'all go and figure out what we're going to do next time here on Redneck Reads Reddit. I can use words. Okay, I don't work here. I don't work here. Simple, short, yet kind of funny. By Katie Sunny 2. I was at Walmart one day in the craft section looking at the paint since I'm really into crafting and art. I was crouched down looking at the paints on the bottom shelf when an elderly woman comes up to me. "Do you work here?" Me not paying attention because I thought she was talking to the worker down the aisle from me. She gets closer. "Excuse me, do you work here?" And me now realizing Oh no, sorry. Woman, oh okay. Oh, that's okay. Thank you. So I point to the worker nearby. She talks to them. I was wearing my Ninja Turtles shirt, which is not the same color as the Walmart logo. Was it because I was kneeling closely looking at paints? I don't know. Hopefully, you like this less chaotic story for a change that still gave me a chuckle. Well, hell, if I could read it right, I would have it probably gave me a chuckle too. I hope, oh God. I might actually have to edit this video. Anyway, y'all, this has been Redneck Reads Reddit. I appreciate you watching. Remember, if you like what I'm doing, like, share, subscribe, hit the little bell. Ding! Make sure you hit the all so you get notified every time I load up a video. And y'all have a blessed one. I'm out of here.